Hello, my name is Diana Leo, and today I am going to show you a lesson that uses dynamic assessment in mathematics. So the lesson that I did teach was using inverse operations to solve one-step equations, and it's word problems. It's a 7th grade lesson, and the Common Core standards is that students will be able to use variables to represent quantities in real life and word problems in mathematical situations. And they need to construct simple equations, in this case one-step equations, using their reasoning. So the central focus in this was a particular student named Michael who had a lot of trouble or showed a lot of frustration organizing his thoughts, organizing his math work. However, besides his organization, he had a difficult time, or he has a difficult time translating word problems into mathematical representation. His math skills, however, were on level with other students. He showed that he grasped the concept of basic mathematics. So what I really wanted to focus in this lesson for Michael was just helping him organize his thoughts into a nice, neat thing. So when his goal for this is just to use organization, setting, and interpreting word problems into mathematical sentences. And what I did for that, I created this worksheet that used tables, charts from the word problems. What I wanted to launch with him is just do one-step equations that were basic mathematical equations just to see his math skills. So I tested him on his math skills, his pretest, and he was fine with that. But once word problems were thrown at him, he showed a lot of frustration. So one of the pretests in this, I gave him a word problem that used math, how much money you would make in an hour. And once we went into the lesson, I started reading the problems aloud to him, and then the second time he would read it out loud with me, and we underlined and circled all of our key information used to interpret our problems into math sentences. So we did a couple examples with that. He was able to interpret his information once he was able to organize his data using the tables that were given to him. So we had a couple of questions on that, and then at the end I gave him some independent reading, independent work, and I also had a post-test for him. So the post-test was the same thing as the pre-test. So after teaching, his post-test was again with that, how much money would you make in 10 hours if you were, how much money would you make in a certain amount of hours if you made this much money. And he was able to organize his thoughts. He was able to interpret the words and create a mathematical sentence, and he was able to organize all his work in data, all his work, and make it a structural thing. We also used lined paper, which helps organize the steps of the equation, and we also used charts, the smartboard. So there was a lot of materials that did go into it. As a reflection, I think the lesson did go as planned because he is more confident in the way that he was working. I also interviewed before the lesson that he likes a lot of sports, so a lot of the questions involved sports, and that made him more motivated throughout the lesson. And that's basically it. So thank you for listening to my lesson, and I hope you guys have a nice day.